I'm on the drugs right now. I can use your love right now. But instead they tryna tear me down. I'm just tryna
Gone forever?
So let's see. Officers were called to the 3100 block of Legion Lane north of Shatterton Road just after 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday for hey, should we take the pizza boxes off? Our officers were called to 300 block of Legion Lane north of Shatterton Road just after 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday for a disturbance. According to Interim Chief Michael Woods, a caller reported females were trying to stab them. A dispatcher tried to obtain more information but was unable to before the call was disconnected. In addition to the body cam footage released Wednesday, the scene of the incident was shown from different perspectives as an officer approached the driveway with the girl in black swinging a knife. The officer, identified by Columbus police officials as Nicholas Reardon, shouts for her to get down before firing 4 shots. Reardon joined the police force in December of 2019. I actually didn't know it was 4 shots.
Yeah, that's a necessary amount of shots.
Additional cruiser camera footage is expected to be released no later than Thursday. Kevin Davis, a 39-year-old law enforcement veteran who now serves as a court-certified use of force expert, analyzed the body camera footage. Davis sees just kind of okay. Well, we'll get to that in a second. What did y'all think? Y'all saw the clip. Y'all saw what happened. Y'all saw the outrage. Justin Bieber posted. Justin Bieber likes the blacks now. He loves us. Thank you so much, Justin. You've grown so much over the years. I've seen some.
He's not fucking with that no more.
Oh, with the ER. Fuck.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, man.
That's what he said.
That's the thing, bro. You see so many people. They just all of a sudden now they're just so involved and they care so much about the shit that's going on, and that's what I was telling you before. It turns into this world we live in. Look at the shit that's like, fam, come on now. If you got on board like a year ago, like just know, like you could just say like, yeah, I've learned a lot. Like there's shit I've had to learn. Don't try to look at this fucked up ugly world we live in. All these like especially if you JB. You don't gotta get into it, but bro, don't make me look up a clip of you talking about hanging niggers and shit like that 10 years ago. But anyways, Justin Bieber's for the blacks.
For the blacks.
Shout out Justin
Bieber.
Bieber.
Now back to the.
We knew he was for the blacks after watching that video.
So back to the topic. Are we gonna y'all wanna weigh in on what y'all saw, or should we just give kind of more info of what's being said?
The story is what she called the police.
It says the police were called with the reports of females trying to stab them. The officer arrives, and there's body cam footage. He arrives, sees her with the knife. Looks like she's about to stab another girl, and then he shoots her 4 times.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did he save the girl she was trying to stab, or did he do an unjust killing of her? Or do you think there's another remedy he could have done things? I'm just unsure what to take of this. Because I feel like people group all these things like it's the same. Because when people don't actually like fully, like they're more kind of just wanting to be part of the mob and feel like they're righteous. Some people, it seems like they almost they're angry for everything. And I don't understand exactly what the viewpoints are on each thing. Because sometimes it's like they just group everything like each individual situation is the same.
I just got bothered that she's 15 or 16 years old, and I don't think she had to fucking die. I understand. Yeah,
but what happens to the other girl?
I don't think he has a taser. I don't know why he has to come out there with the gun out. Why can't you come out there with the taser? You think a 15-year-old girl? I know maybe he didn't know that she was 15, but it's a trick. You don't think a chick could get tased and she'll stop stabbing somebody?
What do y'all think? I
don't know. I've seen a lot of videos of people get tased and they go fight right through the taser. So it's like at that point you're thinking about how to eliminate a threat or like prioritize and execute. So you see another girl attacking, you get a police call about a knife, so you're already a little bit on edge. So you're probably not gonna just go out there straight with a taser, right? You assess the situation. There's a bunch of people around. A girl's rolling on the floor. Next thing you know, she gets up. You see a 7-inch blade in her hand. So are you gonna, I think you make the decision as the police officer. I don't know. So yeah, she shouldn't have died, right? She should not have died. Like 15, 16, you shouldn't get shot for, I guess, trying to stab somebody. But you're I don't know. It's a hard
So
situation.
so as a police officer, it's cool to take out your gun and shoot at people when there's only one person that has a knife and everybody is around them. Like you could.
Oh, no,
what
that's
if
bad.
you fucking miss and shoot somebody else?
But
what
he
if,
didn't
like,
miss though.
I understand, but he also shot 4 shots.
Okay, so
you
so
think
we
she
could
should get
so
shot
we
4
could
times?
we could argue the 4 shots thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's tough to argue. Like if you were somewhere and a guy was wielding a knife and we called the police and he's about to stab you, I would hope for your life.
But we've seen plenty of
unfortunately to say.
videos of white dudes with fucking knives
I've never seen an officer
I know, but
come
they
with the
weren't-
gun, then switch to his what's it called,
Taser.
taser, and then shoot a guy with. That's like some movie
Yeah,
stuff.
but
Like
there's-
he's already
but
in a stabbing
there's
motion.
been videos of like a white dude who has a knife out on him
About
and
to stab a guy though.
Yeah, you know, but to stab somebody, they just had the knife.
They're
on there.
they're coming at the officer though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
that's
the
different.
police-
'Cause you know the range that he's in. You can shoot him, but I think
But
if
their tasers are out before their fucking knives.
Okay,
because
before the
if
guns.
someone's by themselves, they're not really a threat to. I mean, you can see where they are, and I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. Because if it was a black guy, you're just gonna get aired out a lot of
Exactly.
cases.
Yeah.
But if someone's in range, then but the same thing we'd be saying. Why didn't you tase him? I think it's kind of hard to want an officer to tase to switch from their gun to the taser when it's like split second. You literally just see if the call was a dude is out. Say we're in Hollywood, a dude's out in Hollywood stabbing people, and you pull up and you see a dude about to stab me.
You're gonna.
Okay.
Cops
You
pull
hope
up
you
with
take
their
'em out.
guns ready.
Yeah.
So to be honest, and even I heard different reports that maybe she called the police, but I can't lie to y'all. If people were in here, they pulled up here and say we called the police, whether or not we called them, I can't lie. If I try to stab a guy and after the cops come, I feel like I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah.
And
It's
this is unpopular. I'm glad we got the drinks on us because I'm gonna keep drinking.
It's just an unfortunate situation because it's just sad that somebody died, but at the same time, is like I can't really blame the officer because in a split second he sees that this person's about to get stabbed. Like obviously he doesn't know the full story, unfortunately, but he sees this person's about to get stabbed. I'm too far away from the situation to like hesitate and do something about it, and like his instinct was to shoot, which I understand, but it's unfortunate that like apparently he shot to kill.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's how they're trained to.
It's unfortunate that it's a 15-year-old. Just and apparently she'd had dealt with like other issues and stuff like that, and like they were talking about her headspace. But it's a hard one to just assessing the situation. It's kind of hard to. I mean, she's a 15-year-old girl, so it's horrible to see anyone pass like that. But I also feel like even if we remove ourselves from this situation, take us when we were 15. If I was about to get stabbed by a guy and then a police officer shot him as I'm about to get stabbed, I think my mom would be very grateful that I didn't get stabbed. And that's pretty much all I could say about it. I know it's unpopular, but I think we should take situations as they come and just do our own critical thinking and not just try to run with the mob. Because I see people posting, because it's like I understand the sentiment, but sometimes if you're trying to be heard, all the people that are on the other side of town, not seeing your eye to eye, they're only gonna not see eye to eye more. Like when they see people going crazy and they look at this, and say they're looking even objectively, and they're like, I mean, though this guy right here was, they had an analyst explaining like the police procedure and why he thought it was right, but it's like. It's kind of hard to argue with it. And then if you're trying to be so helpful to a movement that you're just rah Matt, unfortunately a movement, you kind of do lose your message because they only focus on the people that are rah, and they kind of miss the overall sentiment of things.
See, but this gets tied into everything that's been happening over the past 2 years, like past years. So the message now is going to be seen as those ones that are just yelling rah about
That's
some
what
shit.
I'm saying,
Like,
exactly.
That's what I'm doing.
But people think they help him, but
Well-
it's like I appreciate all the support, but sometimes it's you just gotta.
You could see. I guess you could see through the fake. You know, it's a lot easier
Like,
to
bro-
see it because they're probably just reading headline culture and shit.
Yeah, headline. Bro, I've seen a white woman online or multiple times, even on different shit, where like they're getting literally argued down. Like they're trying to talk to a racist and they don't really have the words to actually make sense. So they're like, so what about this? Because they're just blurting out the shit that they hear. Well, black people keep getting shot. Black people keep. Okay, but that's cool. But why don't you try to extend the message to something that people can understand? Why don't you try to, if you were more educated on, hey, well, do you know about systematic things? Do you know about things? You got to talk to people with facts. But if you haven't taken any time to actually research and you're just trying to jump in on a movement because you want to identify yourself a certain way or come off a certain way and you want to sit there, this country is so fucking sickening to me. Fam, did you say this shit when Trayvon didn't get no prosecution happened for that? Were you hurt? Did you make Trayvon jokes in high school? Did you come on now, dog? Like, just be real with yourself. Like, educate yourself if you want to really care about what's going on. What about the historical things? You should never be able to lose an argument if you feel like you're arguing for what's right and what could be factually proven. But if you just hopping on some shit, you make us all look a little stupid because they're like, look at you defending those blacks when they're blah 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 blah. And like that shit, I don't know, bro. It's like we're nitpicking because like support is everything, but it's just like, man, it's gotta be real, man.
It's made a fad, and anything that's made a fad, it gets watered down and it loses its original message. It loses its actual core, and the core is bro, like. And I say this because I really do care about my people, bro. But we are lost in the fucking sauce, bro. Like, and it's not getting better. Like, our definition of culture is again fucking Sweetie and fucking Quavo. This shit is embarrassing, bro. Like yeah. But I'm saying like just watching it, just seeing like where we actually came from, our history. A lot of people don't like. If as a black person, if you don't know your history, please look it up. We came from kings and queens, but this shit is fucking sad, bro. Like that shit actually fucking hurts me, bro. Like I can't. I'm not crying or nothing. I'm about to get my drink. But that shit's sad.
This nigga crying.
He crying.
This
man.
nigga crying. Hey, too much.
Hey, it's okay.
Too
We got
much.
some
Too much
matches
out.
for you, dog. No, I'm just kidding.
This is why I don't like calling the police. To me, it's like
But
I feel
that's
like
fucking
You
sad.
must just get them all.
nothing really good in my perspective as a young black man. Nothing really good can come from the police being in a situation. Like, I'm not calling the police unless it's the last resort. That's just the way I see it.
And that sucks to be black and not being able to call for police if your life is being threatened. You know, that shit is ass.
It's not even an option to me. Like, people are like, oh, so like, if you like the police so much, then don't call them. We have an emergency. Like, okay, I don't really do that shit already, so it doesn't make no fucking difference to me. Like, when I see the police, when white people see the police, they get at ease. Like, okay, situation's being handled. When I see the police, I tense up. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything wrong, right? Okay, I'm not. Like, I come off the least threatening as possible, straight posture, smile at them if you can. Like, just don't make any sudden movements. Like, I literally think, because I know that one wrong move can be the end of me. And I don't want to deal with that stress. Like, I'll try to avoid the police whatsoever. Like, I don't commit any crimes, but I just know, like, them being in a situation is probably not beneficial for me. That's
I feel like a lot of people feel like that. There was a story of a dude, I forgot what the altercation was, but it was a black guy and his wife. And the dude basically came with him with, I think, a gun or a knife. And basically, he was wrestling dude in the backyard. Like, he had him... I think he'd broken in or something. That's what it was. Then he was wrestling, had him down, and was, like, pinning him type shit. But, like, there was still a weapon involved, so we had to stay with him. And, like, the wife couldn't even help him because they called the police. But, like, in her mind, she's like, I need to go outside and wave to the cops and, like, let them know, like, the black one isn't the one to shoot. Like, don't... Because she was, like... scared that they're gonna pull up and just instantly shoot him because he was literally in the backyard still fighting with dude, that type shit. And so
what did you guys think about like pouring salt into the wound of like the cops saying blue lives matter to them?
I did hear about that shit too.
Cops said what?
So that's
like after Bryant got killed.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Obviously they had the caution tape around, and those hella people, they're like she didn't need to die, and like that wasn't right, and they were all yelling at the cops. But then there's these 3 cops who look like fucking sailors and shit, but they look back and they're like laughing. Blue lives matter.
Yeah, and
that's like, what? You're just gonna pour salt into the wound like that? That's
exactly.
not right.
That's how you know the Blue Lives Matter is bullshit, because like, one, the cop's life wasn't even in danger.
Yeah.
So they're saying Blue Lives Matter. Now it's like, oh, his life matters too. It's more as like, fuck your Black Lives Matter shit. Like,
and that's part of the divisiveness. Like, there's so much division in terms of like, now they're feeling so attacked. Blue Lives Matter. And then as soon as like this one happened, this unfortunate killing, I've seen people like posting, like people, the white girls posting like, Blue Lives Matter isn't a thing. It's a blah 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 going on and on and on. And it's just like, I get it. I get the sentiment. I get that you're trying to be on the right side, but that's not doing anything. Like, no officer is gonna see that and be like, oh, blue lives don't matter. Oh, maybe you're right. No, they're just gonna feel more attacked, and then you have shit like this where a killing that could be very argued as, oh, well, maybe this is like, I assume someone is about to stab. I mean, I could see it happening. Now you have people even that could have a point in terms of, because it seems like we almost kind of agreed in terms of like, oh, maybe like, if I was an officer and my fellow officer did that, I'd probably be like, I think that was a just, like, I don't think he did something wrong. I think he saved a girl's life. But that same person, instead of being able to have that thought, no, it's all divisive. It's all one side or the other. They're sitting there with their dumb asses talking about blue lives matter. Blue, you know how stupid that is? Like, you can't say like, nah, some cops is dirty. This wasn't one of them. Or you can't make that argument, but everything is so divided. And people think they're helping by just trying to scorn those people that are on the opposite side that support the blue lives. Fam, it's just going to become more and more division, man. But it's like they think they're jumping on helping, but you just like, it's like we talking about the same thing we talk about the conspiracies. The nigga that takes it too far or says some shit that don't make sense, that's the one they gonna focus on. It's like, thank you so much, my white brothers and sisters. But there are some great ones, obviously.
It's just so crazy
many.
the killing of black people is so politicized.
Bro, it's a fucking entertainment show. It's a spectacle for the nation. Like, we sitting there, niggas is like I don't know, bro. The way it literally looked like a fucking fight was about to happen with the verdict and shit like that, when it's just like, bro, there's no real win. Like, this is how shit should go. If it doesn't go that way, it's gonna be uproar. I was hella nervous though.
Yeah, I looked that shit live too.
I got nervous because I got a text from someone, an older family friend, no, not older, but family friend, so she an adult type shit, more adult than us. And she was like, please be safe.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh shit, because I knew the verdict was about to come out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, did this nigga really get found not guilty? And then I go and look, and I'm like, oh, it hasn't come out. She just meant in general. But that shit, that was my heart kind of dropped. I'm like, bro, no fucking way. Because prior to this, I'm like, nah, he's for sure getting convicted. Did y'all see his reaction after he got convicted?
Yeah, he looked unaffected.
Yeah, he didn't. I feel like he knew.
Maybe he's shocked or something. Because he was just looking back at the judge and looking back at the jury like this. Well, just, I mean, he looked pretty intensely just staring at them. Like, he just, who knows, bro. It's also... It's weird with the mask on. You, I mean, you can only see his eyes. Expressions but like that. I can't lie. I wanted to see a little more. Like when
seriously, I know he didn't give us the reaction we wanted.
I want to watch that. Yeah, thank you. So we being real, because I want to see this bitch ass nigga like crying and shit, put his head on the table and some shit like.
Laugh at that, smoking that Chauvin pack, you know.
Oh God, bro.
Fuck that the Chauvin pack. Hey, what you got over here? I got the Chauvin OG.
That's fine.
Chauvin runs. You already know. Russian gas. Shit's choking me.
But that's why I don't know. I can't.
Oh damn.
Choking on choking.
Hey. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
We're still talking about weed here.
Yeah. All right. Where we at next with it, fellas? We want to talk.
Dude, you got the biggest list I've ever seen.
Shut the fuck.
Yo, normally like all the way down there.
Man, we wrote down like 3 things. We just freestyling it, man. Got the drinks going. Look, man, we supposed to come in here fucking rah mad, because that's what the white people are doing. Rah mad. But like, be mad, but be mad about the right things and be educated about things that can actually be fixed, instead of just sitting there waiting to get mad about the next thing you see pop up on Shade Room like you're helping.
Yeah, I'm tired of fucking looking at headline culture now. It's like if I see something, there's a story. But it's also weird because, you know, sometimes the media will portray the story as something else. And it's like tough to really... It's good to check on the news and take from the story, and then you could have your takeaway from it.
Yeah.
As long as you educate yourself on what is going on, what's happening in the past. I guess what's happened in the past too, because...
You got it. I mean, all this shit.
That's harder, easier to talk about it, you know?
Well, all this shit that's happened in the past is, I mean, all the stuff that we see is a product of things that have happened in the past. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, you see some people like, oh man, look what this world has come to. Look what all, like, there's people that just hopped on in 2020. It's like, world has come to. What the fuck were the last 50 years like? You know how much bad shit happened and how down things have been and how things happened literally since slavery was ended? Like, do you know anything about the country? But nah, for them, it's just a now thing. Like, man, look how bad this world has gotten. No, bro, we just got whites that pay attention now, which is appreciated. But it's I forgot what was the shit I was gonna say. Oh, you lose your you lose credibility when we're not able to look at anything objectively. Like, there should be times, like the same way when you hard on police when they are doing that bullshit. We know that the bullshit goes on. It's a fact. We should also be able to see other cases that are similar and just look at it objectively. What am I angry about? What would I have done differently? Put myself in this person's shoes. How does this actually go? But instead, people just want to see the headline. Oh, is it time for us to get mad? Okay, let's get mad. Okay, what's my IG post?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, fam, like, it's just, for all the people that aren't on our side, they see that shit and they're like, look, they're mad about everything. They're mad about this, they're mad about that. And I'm not saying, you got to pander to that side, but if the point is to stop divisiveness, shouldn't we try to communicate things in a way that people will be receptive to them? It's not receptive you just getting mad and posting shit to be angry. And to be honest, if you're a white whatever, like, there's a lot, you know, you seen like Bill Burr's monologue about the white women that just, it's just like, bro, you can use your privilege and flex it, which is great to use your privilege to help other people, but in terms of like you flexing and fuck this and fuck that, blah blah blah, it's just like unfortunate. It's like the people that were like, when you saw the white skateboarders just breaking hella shit in the cities, it's like I get what you're trying to do, but it's not actually helpful. And sometimes I wish we had a more guided approach and a guided leader.
But doesn't it fuck that up for like other people who are trying and maybe they are like they're actually educated and like they do post on their story about it, and it's like people, it's like somebody who wasn't interested in basketball before, you know, but then they just got into basketball a year ago, and now they're like, oh my god, I'm like learning about all this shit, and then there's some like people who are like, man, you didn't know about all this, and they're kind of like snobby with their knowledge of basketball to them, you know, because some people, they're like, dude, holy shit, this really is a problem. And now I know I'm excluding the people who are trying to sound righteous. I'm talking about the people who actually did their due diligence of, and like, I know
people,
you know,
people like that. Like, even I don't know, like, he's an example, but like J-Lo was saying, like, I remember when a bunch of shit was going on, he like gathered his people around, just saying like, hey man, like, I'm around y'all like all the time. Like, a lot of y'all are black. We do so much stuff together. We hoop. Like, a lot of my friends are black, and I just want to say, like, I'm all ears. I think all of us, like everyone here that's white, like, we need to be all ears. We're doing whatever to support support shit, educate ourselves, and that's that. He didn't go and say, can't fucking believe what all you fucking racists are doing out there. Like, look at this fucking despicable country. It's like the same shit when you're talking about the NBA. It's like you started watching a year ago and you're like, look at the way these fucking like the fucking salary cap bullshit. It's always been, fam, where are you coming from? Like, you signed up a year ago. Like, maybe just keep educating, and then I want to hear, how do we make things better? Because it's like, it's great for you to try to hop on and be helpful, but it's like if someone's going on to Bengalis and I'm just in the back like, yeah, fuck y'all. Like, when you try to sit there and try to explain yourself and get your point across, hey, this is what's been going on, and I'm like, yeah, tell him, Saqib, fuck that nigga, fuck like, you, like, bro, you sorry, I'm being too loud in here, but you, like, you can be sitting there like, fam, like, I'm trying to get a point across to him. I appreciate you helping, really, but like, Trav, you didn't say nothing of any type of substance. Like, you're just yelling the shit that you see onto, but like, you're not actually like invested mentally. Like, you don't actually
just
think about
the bullshit.
Yeah. We sound like a bunch of negative Nancy's, but you know, the drinks will keep coming and we'll keep flowing. You might. What's up? What we on next, man? What's up? Canada shut down. We gonna talk some Quando Rondo, ma'am. I gotta hear it again so I can get the impression right. I can't get it. Bro. Quando Rondo or Canada closed?
Yeah. You said what?
Let's do Canada closed because it'll be quick.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. So the Canadians couldn't really hang. No, I'm just playing.
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now, but they steady trying to tear me down. I just wanna tell you now,